Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. Today is day 28. Day 28 of the 31 days of horror. 31 movies, 31 days. Talk about them all. That's right. And we got other people doing this. We've got Brother Max, we got Double Shot J, we've got Mood 616, Carly, Jennifer Toshi, Professor Macabro, Echo, Random Horror, Retro Horror. Tony Has Nine Fingers is doing it over on TikTok. Chill Pilgrim is doing it over on Letterboxd. Everyone's talking horror this month. You know, it's funny. It's like we do this 31 days of horror every year. And it's a challenge to watch 31 movies in 31 days. That's how this whole thing started. Years ago. Can you watch 31 horror movies in 31 days? Let's see if you can do it. Done it many times. But it doesn't stop there with us horror fans. There are people that do this that like, okay, well, I've done the 31-day horror challenge, in October. But a lot of horror fans are like, dude, you did it for 1 month. We watch horror films all year round. Yeah. That's what I am. Even after I've watched the movie that's set up for today or yesterday or whatever, I'm going to put on another horror movie. That's just who I am. I mean, I might wind up watching 60-some horror films in a month just because that's who I am, and then like November comes, I'm like, okay, well, even though November's here, I'm still gonna watch horror. December, oh, now we gotta watch Christmas horror, and then comes January, I'm like, I watch horror all year round. Not just horror though. I do know that I'll let you know that I don't just watch horror, but I do watch a lot of horror all year round, so that's the fun thing about it. Like I said, there's many people doing this. Check them all out over on their YouTube channels, over on their TikTok, over on their Letterboxd. I mentioned the names. There's probably other names. Type it in. You'll find out who's doing what. Always like, always subscribe, always share, and always comment, because I want to know what you have to say. Today's movie is The Last House on Dead End Street. Now, here's a movie I swear to God I saw as a kid. But when I watched it, I was like, only thing that rang any bell to me was the mask that the lead was wearing. Other than that, none of this seemed familiar. So I guess I didn't see this as a kid. I know I've seen Last House on the Left. But the Last House on Dead End Street, no. This was this feels like more of a first for me. And if I had seen it when I was younger, I scrubbed it from my brain because this movie sucks. It's just that simple. I hate going negative when it comes to movies, but there's nothing redeeming about this movie. There's nothing even close to being a decent story. This guy named Terry gets out of jail, and he wants to make movies. So he's like, I have an idea for a movie. He goes to this producer, and the producer's like, okay, yeah, well, do you know anyone you could do it with? And he's like, yeah, I have a couple of ideas. And so he goes off to another guy, the cameraman, and the cameraman doesn't want anything to do with him because I guess Terry stole his film at one time. They were making porn movies before, and but when he explained to him, I got a backer and I got an idea for a real good movie. I want you to come along for the ride. The guy's on board, and now right after that we're at party in the suburbs somewhere in New York. And this woman is puts on blackface and is whipped. And it turns out that the woman being whipped is the wife of another guy making porn movies, but his porn movies suck. He shows one of them to the producer that Terry went to go see, and the producer's like, dude, your movies, I can't sell your movies. The only people that are buying these movies, this porn, this is the 1970s. So it was as readily available, but it was a lot more closeted, a lot more scandalous. We can't have rich people watching porn. No. We can't. Only people who watch porn are lowlives, So he's selling this porn to these high-end people, but the guy that's making it, is making garbage. And they showed a little bit of a scene, and woman gets in the bathtub, and there's suds in there, and that's pretty much it. And then a woman and his wife start making out, and he's going. The movie maker, the director is going for this artistic, more eroticism rather than porn, and the guy that's put up the money is going, dude, I want porn, not eroticism. I need something I can sell. And it's just weird little scenes like this that continue to go on and on and on. And there's really no reason for it. I mean, I get it. This is one of those movies that really just pisses me off. This is the movie, and I'm sorry about using the language, but I mean, this really gets my goat. These are the people that get together and go, let's make a movie. I know girls that'll get naked. I know a guy that has a camera. I know a guy that runs sound. Okay, do we need a story? Screw it, we'll make a horror movie. Yeah, I was into this like 45 minutes, and there was barely one kill. The one kill was boring. And it sucked. Ignore this movie. If you see this movie on Tubi, if you see it out in the wild, shining up at you from a plastic case, ignore it. There's nothing worth watching about this movie. The acting sucks. The story sucks. The sound sucks. I mean, really, it's just, there was nothing. Usually I could sit there and go, you know what? At least this was good. I can't do that. I usually will give a movie a 1 just for being made, but this movie should have never gotten off the ground without at least 14 different people trying to hash out a better story, are trying to edit a better movie, are trying to get better sound involved. Because what they got should have went from the camera to the trash. That's all I gotta say. What's this movie rated? I usually give it a 1. I usually go negative. If I don't like it, this is 0, man. I'm not even going to go negative. This is just 0 chainsaws out. I can't say I liked it at all. I can't say that making this movie was, earns it a 1, because it doesn't. I'm at a loss for words. I hate these days. I hate the days where I invest time into something where it doesn't work out. I guess I need to, next year, if I do something similar like this, I guess I really need to watch the trailers, because I do these completely blind. I walk into them completely blind, with the exception of the few movies that I might know. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know that movie, I like that movie, I know that movie, I like. I know that actress, Barbara Steele. I like her, so there's that, you know. But there's a lot of movies on this list this month that I walked in completely blind. Some surprised me, some I super liked, and then there's crap like this that shouldn't even be acknowledged. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry for that. If you like this movie, tell me. If you've seen this movie, tell me. I want to know what you have to say about this movie, because maybe I'm missing something. With that being said, of course, you know who I am. I am the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.